right, so it's been a while. I know. It's been a while since I've done a reaction video. It's been like a few weeks, couple weeks, 3 weeks or something like that. I don't. We're gonna be listening to Tyson James, Christian rapper's music video. We're gonna be watching it, my biblical intake on it, my opinion on it, and also how I feel about it. So, Tyson James, here's my reaction.
If you want to support the channel, head over to the shop and pick something up today.
Christian rappers. Ooh, spooky. This is spooky.
I'm a Christian rapper.
Did he shave his head?
Y'all are glitz and glamour. I don't mix with actors. Y'all are miss the rapture. How you breaking bread with the devil? You in bed with the rebel? But you say you Christian, tripping. Milk boys, y'all better get on my level. Look. What we even talking about? You act a fool, and I gotta call it out. Wouldn't have to do it if y'all would just walk it out. Seem like you care more about what's in your pocket now. You're making your bed, now you sleeping it. So to the world, one day you'll be reaping it. You should be set apart, but you deep in it. You ain't gonna die to that flesh cause you feeding it.
I'm not gonna say where I heard this song from, but there's a song that came out, and it's a Christian rap song or hip hop song or something like that. And the lyric, this is cringe. This is just, I don't know. To me, I think of it as like kind of pathetic. One, the lyrics, and if you guys know, you go ahead and comment down below what it is. When life gives you lemons, Jesus gives you lemonade. When life gives you lemons, Jesus gives you lemonade. When I heard that, I was like, this is Christian music. Like, I understand making it kind of like vibey, I don't know, relatable, you could say, but why that? And I've noticed a lot of Christian music going down that route, but it's just kind of weird. It's just trying to get people to latch onto it so you spend money on it. There's very few Christian artists that will rap scripture or rap about Jesus. But I thought that was weird, and I was like just completely turned off when I heard that lyric right there. And the song was kind of just very slow and just kept on saying the most weird stuff in it. But I didn't like it because I thought it was cringe. I thought it was weird. Not to say that I don't listen to, say, music that's not so good, but I haven't listened to Christian music in a very long time. I've not listened to worship music because it's not really worship. It's just, Lord, I want you. And it's like, we consider that to be worship when it's not even about Jesus. It's about yourself. But you know where I'm going at with this.
I'm a Christian rapper. Y'all are glitz and glamour. I don't mix with actors. Y'all are miss the rapture. How you breaking bread with the devil? You in bed with the rebel? But you say you Christian, tripping. Milk boys, y'all better get on my level. Look. What we even talking about? You act a fool, and I gotta call it out. Wouldn't have to do it if y'all would just walk it out. Seem like you care more about what's in your pocket now. You're making your bed, now you sleeping it. So to the world, one day you'll be reaping it. You should be set apart, but you deep in it. You ain't gonna die to that flesh cause you feeding it. I know, you love the fame, you love the likes, you love the streams, ain't getting no strikes. To that devil you harmless, ain't calling out sin cause you mix with the darkness. We battle demons, you are collabing with Legion, now you off the meter. Jesus got pinned to the cross for your sin, and you selling out for a feature, sucker. Look, this is a warning for people who think they could dabble with sin.
So many Christian artists are also like signed up with the most ridiculous records. It's just kind of mind-blowing. Like a lot of the records that a lot of Christian rappers, so-called, are signed up with record deals that do not want you to preach. When you put certain things in lyrics, they'll come back and say you need to change this or take this out. But at the same time, they'll release music like, that's like Ariana Grande or however you want to say the name, and like Billie Eilish crucifying themselves on stage, but they don't want to push out Christian music because it's too controversial. I think that's very interesting, and I don't think there's a problem with Christian music having lights and all that stuff. I don't think there's a problem with that at all. I would say that the problem is the heart. What is your intent when it comes to that? It's debatable, and there's a lot of Christians that will go back and forth all day about this. To me, you can have your light show, you can have your smoke effects. I don't care. But when it's a lot, that's when it's just like, okay, am I at the club or now? Like, am I at the club now? What is this? Is this a performance or is this worship? So they're you know.
Don't do what they do, they are evil. These rappers are fragile within. Look, I'm not afraid to put gloves on and battle or rattle your chin. But I did not come to bring peace, but divide, let the battle begin. I don't mix with actors, these boys in it for the glitz and glamour. I don't wanna collab, there's a list of factors. Y'all milk boys, y'all ain't even Christian rappers.
Milk boys.
Christian rappers, y'all ain't even Christian rappers. What happened, you missed the chapter? Y'all milk boys, y'all ain't even Christian rappers. Listen, don't invite me to the dubs, don't invite me to the Grammys. Don't really need your fake love, I'd rather stay home with my family. I don't need a cosign, God been providing the whole time. Forget that red carpet below me, you know me, my trophy's that goal line. D1, why you collabing with Satan? I thought you were part of the bride. Receiving correction is hard when you guarding your heart full of pride. Jesus didn't come to bring peace, you won't even spark the divide. You call it art, I call it selling your soul, and you gon' take that mark and survive. It's a shame, y'all can't be real, y'all can't be biblical, y'all signed a deal with the devil. Y'all don't know nothing about being hated by the world, homie, you cannot be on my level. Y'all probably smoking that weed, thinking you sowing the seed, but that's treason. You take communion with God, but it's a facade.
Let me say something about weed really quick. I have on my website links to studies that have been done on like weed products, okay? And it doesn't matter, okay? So the only like websites, and I took like a whole day trying to research this stuff and look into it and see what kind of studies it is. The only people that have studies out to show that weed is positive are people who are potheads or smoke weed themselves and don't want to stop smoking weed, okay? It's like gay pride and LGBT professors trying to come up with studies saying that it is psychologically no different than a heterosexual family, okay? That the effects on the child aren't dramatic. When you look at the studies of weed and what it does to the head, brain, your movement, to your speech, it's pretty bad, okay? I don't like it when people smoke weed. I don't like it. They're obsessed with it. They do it all the time. They say they're not addicted, but they are addicted. Like, I'd rather smoke a cigar once in a while and not smoke weed. I won't smoke weed. I did it once and I hated it. It was horrible and I didn't like the feel of it. But everybody that I know that smokes weed becomes lazy. They don't want to wake up and progress in life. They start to do a really bad job. But I'm not surprised about that because the studies have already been clear. That's why I like Florida and Ron DeSantis making more strict laws on weed, okay? And there should be more strict laws on alcohol. If you're going to do weed, you should make more strict laws on alcohol and cigarettes and all that stuff. That's how I see it. But, you know, I think a lot of people in my comments are probably going to be like, well, you didn't smoke the good stuff. And it's just like, there you go. Like, what are you proving to me by saying that? Like, what are you proving to me? Oh, you didn't smoke the good stuff. You got to smoke this or you got to smoke that. What happened to just smoking it because you had back pain or you needed to sleep? Nowadays, people smoke it right in the morning. Why are you smoking weed in the morning? I can't wake up one morning without smelling weed. Like, I got so many potheads in my neighborhood. I cannot wake up in the morning. I smell it like 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes. It's annoying. Like, I just want to wake up, take a good breathe in with fresh air. I don't want to smell skunk.
Cause then you make money with demons. Look, don't ever say I didn't warn you, cause I kept it real from the jump. I stood my ground, even when they hated me cause of Trump. If y'all could just see in the spirit, y'all looking like gay little runts. Y'all can't even bust a grape, you slave, and y'all never cave like you punks. I don't mix with actors, these boys in it for the glitz and glamour. I don't wanna collab, there's a list of factors. Y'all milk boys, y'all ain't even Christian rappers. Christian rappers, y'all ain't even Christian rappers. What happened, you missed the chapter? Y'all milk boys, y'all ain't even Christian rappers.
I wonder if he's gonna have this guy as a feature one day.
Google's can't reason.
When you're saying like you're milk boys, there are those Christians who study the gospel or go to church and they remain on the level surface. They just receive the milk, the babies, and they remain there for years and years and years and years and years, and they don't ever move spots. They don't ever move to go somewhere else in their faith. They just stay at the surface level and they never dig deep. That's what Tyson James is calling these Christian rappers. You guys are still babies. Dig deep into the word. See what the word says. Abide by the words of Christ. You don't need anything else. Is the Bible not enough? Because when you add stuff to the Bible so you can avoid actually reading the word or diving deep into it, it kind of just exposes that you'd rather just be comfortable where you're at, comfortable in your sin, than being right with God. It's like people that say, well, evangelism is not for me. You know, I don't like to talk to people. I'm not that type of person. But then they go out and they can rattle on for hours about sports or cars or weed. So they're just babies. They're babies in the faith. They don't want to move anywhere. And to me, they're very lukewarm. They're lukewarm Christian. So I would encourage people, put yourself in circumstances that make yourself uncomfortable. Look into studies in the Bible that make you feel uncomfortable. Study topics that you've been trying to avoid, okay? And I'm not saying that to push you, to cause you to stumble, or to, become frightened of the word of God. I'm saying this because I want you to grow deeper in your faith. And there comes a very, very strange understanding of the scriptures that you try to avoid. Like one topic is, why were there so many wars in the Old Testament? A lot of people stay away from that topic because they don't want to get into it. But to be very honest, it shows the bigger picture of who God is. It brings you more clarity, brings you more clarification on who the character of God is in the Old Testament. New Testament too, Jesus remains the same. Okay, so if Jesus is God, he's the Alpha and the Omega. There is no God before me or after me. And it clarifies why Jesus is going to do what he does when he has his return. It clarifies that because people want to believe that Jesus is this lovey-dovey teddy bear Jesus that just loves everyone. And that's all. There's no judging. There's nothing to it. It's just, I love you. Don't turn from your sin. You're my children. This is like where the liberals and the Democrats get it wrong. That Jesus is just going to embrace everyone and say, you're my children. When in fact, it's the complete opposite. I hear a lot of Christians say that we're all children of God. No, we're not. No, we're not. Sorry, I don't want to make you too comfortable in this, but you're not a child of God unless you come to Christ. It's that simple. You're not a child of God unless you come. Until you confess with your mouth that Jesus is the Lord and that he rose from the third day, you are not a child of God. When you have done that, you have been given the right to be called a child of God. Okay, that's what the scriptures say. You can even look it up yourself. When do you become a child of God? As simple as that. Put it in Google. I prefer you guys to go to a website called Bible Hub or GotQuestions.com. God Questions is a great website, by the way. And just search it up. What makes you a child of God? GotQuestions.com. Boom. You'll have your answer. And people don't like that because they have been taught that Jesus is this lovey-dovey teddy bear that no matter who you are, he's going to accept you. All people are children of God, children of the world, children of nature, and etc. This new age belief, and that the only way to come to Christ is to turn away from your sin, to turn away from that, submit completely. But don't just stay on the surface level. Dive more deep into the word. That's my opinion. But this video was awesome. Great job, Tyson. I like it.